This is the Cricket Matters podcast, and today we're all about becoming the durable performer. James, how would you define the durable performer?
Oh, great question. I don't know what the official definition is going to be, but I would argue we need to visualize it and help people visualize it, I think. So the durable performer to me is not the superstar or the rock star in the team. And this could be any sport, right? It's the one who consistently shows up time and time again and doesn't get injured. Okay, who is the one that you always know he's going to be there and show up no matter what? Because if you have a team full of durable performers, right, I will argue it's sometimes better than 11 superstars, because more often than not, the 100%. Superstars break down a lot of the time. Now, let's help them visualize this. So I'll give an example from Manchester United right now. Man United suck. They absolutely, suck right now. There's all sorts of issues. But they can rely on Bruno Fernandes, right? He is the superstar. Now, he's also a superstar, but he is a durable performer because he doesn't miss a game unless he's sent off. Yeah. Unless he's been sent off, right?
There could be that.
But in terms of injury, his work rate is incredible. Absolutely incredible. He doesn't break down. Now, do you want to give the Everton example?
Yeah, Everton suck slightly less. In fact, we're doing pretty good at the moment, so thank you very much, David Moyes. But our durable performer is James Tarkowski, who's just played his 104th consecutive game for Everton, which is incredible. All he's missed is a few minutes one game for a concussion protocol, but he's started 104 consecutive games. I mean, that's amazing. As you say,
a Premier League
he's
football.
not. Yeah, he's not. He's a 6 or 7 out of 10 each week. He's not amazing, but he's good and he's consistent and he's a leader on the pitch. And what more can you want? Again, if you had 11 James Tarkowskis on the pitch, people who play 104 consecutive games, you'd be doing all right, wouldn't you?
Yeah, exactly. And it's just changing this aspect. And this is what Gray said to me. Like Gray Cook, I was out with last week, and he talked about. He goes, "Look, we need a team of durable performers. Yes, you're going to have a superstar, but if you're going to have one superstar or two superstars, you're going to need 8 to 10 durable performers behind them to make up for the fact because they're going to be injured sometimes. Because it just happens. It's just the nature of the sport. They're pushing themselves so high. Whatever's done to get them that level in the first place, great. But you need that reliability and consistency to build a team around them. And you need those durable performers. And I love that concept. So the question is, and this is what we spoke about a little bit about with Glenn Phillips, is this idea of what do these durable performers have in your sport that nobody else has? And those are the answers we're looking at. We're looking at the people that come into us and we're screening them. We're doing it because we've got a system and a process in place to make sure we understand that, because the superstars that keep breaking down, there's usually deficiencies in what they're doing. And the two things we see time and time again is lack of balance and a lack of rotation, right? Yeah. And doing the two together, right, is almost non-existent, which you need a lot of. You need to be balanced and rotating in cricket, whether you're batting or bowling.
Yeah. But those deficiencies for the superstars might be the little difference that makes them the superstar, right? Because if you start changing that, it's like you're on the edge there, aren't you?
You are on the edge, but it's understanding this. But the key is like, okay, well, not everyone's going to be the superstar, but how can you make them all like Bruno Fernandes or James Tarkowski? Like it's like what have they got nailed down that the other guys haven't? And I'd love to compare and contrast them as athletes, right? Particularly in terms of movement and how well they move and what their basic power output is. I think Bruno Fernandes, he's in midfield, so obviously his engine's going to be bigger because his position dictates that sport. Yeah. But we can bring them back to their movement pattern and what's their power ratio, right?
Yeah, someone like James Tarkowski, he isn't very fast, so therefore, say his risk of hamstring pulls is a lot lower. It's just because he's a big, strong, powerful guy, but he's not very quick. So that's probably one of the things that makes him more durable, potentially.
Potentially, we don't know, do we? And then this is the idea. It's like
educated guess on that one.
It comes down to every cricketer listening to this podcast right now. Do you want to be a superstar or durable performer first? Now, everyone wants to be the superstar, but are you getting injured all the time? Yeah. Like I remember this back in my youngster days. Oh, breezy hamstring. My hamstring was always going all the time.
Was that your nickname, Breezy Hamstring?
Yeah, it was exactly, breezy hamstring. That was it. Because like literally, it was like, oh, he can't play this week because his hamstring's gone again. Like that was so annoying and frustrating. Like why? I kind of have an idea now why it is the case, but yeah, it is such a in-point impact. It's like it's not your ability to perform week in, week out and be on the pitch. It's also important to your teammates as that consistency, not just the coaches. So as I said, for what we're doing now, and we're looking at this. I've taken this to, and we've looked for it always, but I've never really analysed it in depth and gone, right, okay, that's a good point. So when we have a team, we're now looking for the durable performers. Who are there week in, week out, right? And what have they got that other people haven't? And then how do you address those things with the other guys as best as we possibly can? So it's something just to think about this week is like, are you a durable performer or are you breaking down all the time? And meaning, are you fitting into our categories of broken, breaking, or balanced? And most of the time, you're breaking without even knowing it, and they end up broken.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe if you're in a cricket team and you know people who are never injured, go and ask them what they do, potentially.
Exactly. Probably never train. That's why you probably never train if you walk up on Saturday.
They never train.
Yeah.
This is just like... That kind of, I'm just thinking of like, Sunday cricket here and stuff, and playing intramural football at university. I remember this lad. Obviously, we all went out on a Saturday night and had a little bit of a drink and stuff. But this fella, it was like half time, and he comes back running on with a fag hanging out of his mouth, like, "Come on, boys, let's go." But he was quite skillful. He was quite skillful, and it was that's just a random memory that came back from university football. There we go. Yeah, don't run onto the field of play with a fag hanging out your mouth. That's probably not advisable. There we go.
That's definitely not advisable. But like I say, it's hopefully people listening to this podcast are wanting to become better cricketers, and that's the idea you've got to think about: is change your perception and seeing what you can do. Become that durable performer. Become a Bruno Fernandes. Become a James Tarkowski in the world of cricket. And then it may give you a better chance to become like the Glenn Phillips of the army.
There we go. Exactly. Tying all the episodes together nicely there. Well done. That is it for today. Please don't forget to rate, review and subscribe. And if you would like our free training plan, then go to cricketmatters.com/train. And remember, our goal is to make you a better cricketer.